Are we going to see Free Rex Reaper? If we do see Free Rex Reaper, oops, my mouse goes a little bit wacky there. If we do see Free Rex Reaper, can Reynor hold it off so well once again? To the top left-hand side, he's the pink Zerg player from True Esports. It is indeed Reynor. 6 songs, says Ascuri. Indeed it is. I was humming along myself. I was like, down, 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 down. Only it sounded much better when the song was going on at the same time. But I was singing along myself. It's a good song. It's good. You know when you have like one of those days where the shuffle just keeps on bringing up 6 songs? That's today. Today, the shuffle on the stream, like the stuff that's been coming up on the stream, I haven't had to skip any songs or anything. I've just been playing whatever comes up next in the shuffle, and it's been good. It's a good day. As we have to the bottom right hand side, the red Terran player. Will he free Axe Reaper? Well, that's what we are going to be seeing confirmed right now. As the SCV pulls away, puts down another barracks from Root Gaming. Let's hear it, guys, if you're cheering on Kelazhur. And thank you everyone for tuning in today. I will take an opportunity just to say that if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget that follow button is a fantastic way to see when I'm live again in the future. I am live pretty much every single day, although I'm not going to be live tomorrow. I'm not going to be live on Sunday, unless I'm live Sunday night. I might be live tomorrow. I might stream from my hotel tomorrow, but I don't have anything to cast in particular, so it's Shoutcraft tomorrow anyway, so you guys should go watch that anyways. But yeah, I'm going to be away. I'm going to be hosting the pre-show of the Overwatch Open on Jinx TV. So I'm going to be doing that this weekend. We'll be back next week. Is a busy week. We've got Leifang Cups, Group C, D, and playoffs. We've got SGL playoffs. We've got the Wardy Open Qualifier 4. We've got the SHI Team League Finals on September 1st. We've got the Wardy Open Round of 16, Groups A, B, C, and D as well. What a week it's going to be here for the stream. It's going to be fantastic. As we get set up into this, I'm just going to bark a little bit. I did open my door to let them in because I felt bad because no one else was in the house, so I let them in. Now we're going to have some bark in the background, but that's okay. Anyways, let's talk about this game. Free Rex Reaper opening here from Kelazhur. We're going to be seeing the first Reaper coming across. It was an early gas pool out of Reynor, so once again predicting this sort of opening, just setting himself up nicely against it with a nice early queen straight away. Faster link speed than usual. He doesn't like to play Roach Ravager, so he doesn't like to be forced into that off of the by the Free Rex Reaper. He'd rather just play the Mass Zergling style to fight against this, as we're going to be having. Second Reaper coming across here now, and just going to be seen already. One drone getting very low, does go down. And 2 Zerglings there. Just coming in as well to try and help out. And again, a few Reapers just joining together towards the front. A couple of Lings going to counter-attack, but obviously the Reaper will shut that down without much of an issue as well. 5 seconds until Link speed kicks in, so Reaper just have to be a little bit cautious, but with 2 of them together and a nice grenade, he'll shut those down. No Reapers lost. We'll be a little bit careful actually. He's pulling back with these Reapers and maybe just going to stay nice and safe, or at least wants to maybe stay in towards the center of the map, because there's lots of ledges he can use on this side. Look at this from Reynor. He's sort of ready to just come in from the back and just surprise those Reapers, catch them off guard if they commit too far into that natural expansion. And this is going to be it. Here we go. Reapers are fighting the Queens. They think it's okay, but then out of nowhere, the Zerglings. He gets to the high ground, though. So it's not so bad from just yet. That plan from Reynor, not quite. You didn't just have it. You just didn't have a plan for if the Reapers actually went up to the high ground. One Queen does go down. As Kelazhur will continue to try and trade here. Reynor setting up into a similar position once again. This time maybe with a few more Zerglings to actually help up if the Reapers do get to the high ground. This time around, we'll see the Reapers still looking for a way to get a little bit more damage done. A Ling or 2 going to be going down as well as another grenade coming in. Reapers still moving here, still seeing what they're going to be looking for. Ling is actually going to head around over to the right-hand side, so some Lings heading around to the right as we see jumping up to the high ground here. These Reapers, once again, looking to see what else they can get done. 2 Queens. Going to be stopped to move a little bit further forwards. Nice grenades to catch those Zerglings there nice and quickly. As again we see Queens being pushed backwards here very rapidly indeed. Another Queen going down. You'll see another grenade. Ling's getting blasted into the sky once again. Another grenade. More Lings going down, but the Reaper count's falling too. There's a lot of Lings, but they're waiting on the low ground. They wait for these Reapers to kind of come out of here, but actually, these Reapers are just continuing to do damage in the main base, picking off a couple of Lings at a time. Another Queen, taking a lot of damage. Kelazhur is doing so much with these Reapers, so much more than what we saw Pult getting done with his Free Rex Reaper play, and that obviously might just make the difference. We're going to see the Reapers come in even further in right now. Grenades actually going to have to come in and save them here as they do get caught. They will continue to fall. 3 of them escape, but not for long, because more Lings from the right-hand side or from the south side going to come in and catch all, but even one of them going to go down here at the very end. So Or is he? Is he going to get off to the side? The Reaper runs for his life. He's going to go down. Alright, well, more Reapers are actually still being made by Kelazhur. He's very slow to swap into, well, non-Reaper production. He's actually gone up to 5 racks, and he's building just Reapers off of 5 barracks. It's something you can do when there's only Zerglings, I feel, on the map, because I feel you can always trade somewhat decently with the Reapers when there's only Zerglings up. Whereas with Roach Ravager, it gets to a point where the Reapers just don't trade as well against Roach Ravager when it gets to an en masse sort of stage. Reapers still moving around, looking to see what they can find, what they can get up to. You'll see that depot just going to be raised by Kelazhur. And I see, oh, he doesn't get up to his high ground! Reynor with a very nice catch there. The Reaper's still trying to make it up. He gets blocked again, though. Nice grenades, though. So many Lings taking so much damage. And that's why those Reapers are always so good against Lings, no matter the numbers. Because the grenades can just get so much done. Seeing the resources lost is very even, actually. Kelazhur still just making mass Reaper. 2 more engineering bays being added on. As across the map we go. Kelazhur going to pull these Reapers across and, well, just get aggressive once again. There's not many of them at the front here, but he will still try and trade with a few Zerglings or so if possible. Again, it's a great map because there is a lot of outs down here, up there. Lots of ways you can suddenly avoid those Zerglings, and that's why for the Zerg player, it's so much about trying to find and cut off those exits. As you're going to see, nice grenades. That's a huge grenade in the center. You can just sort of see it happening now as those Zerglings just drop in health. Only a few of them left over. You can see Kelazhur's main intention here is to kill off that third expansion, and he's starting to get that done. 14 more Lings being made. I don't even know if that's enough anymore. I think Reynor might have just lost a little bit too much here. Third base continue to go down. Grenades will be used, a lot of them actually, on that hatchery. You're going to see the Lings starting to push this back. He'll fly himself a little bit longer. Queen goes down. Hatchery is not dead yet, but it is still very, very low as the Lings still being a threat here. Nice Reaper grenade to start. Another one too on the back of those Lings as the Reapers get lower, but so do the Zerglings. It's a very close fight at the top, but the Reapers win out. But still hasn't killed the third hatchery, which was initially his goal here, I think. Comes back in, sees the Queen's going to be cautious. Not going to overcommit, pulling lower health Reapers to the back. Them Zerglings want to move forwards as well. If nothing else, Kelazhur's doing a very good job of keeping his opponent off of any further kind of well, drone production at least. Kelazhur, he's sort of slacking in his own army production right now because he's actually switched into all of those add-ons. Those add-ons take a little while to build, so he's not had much kind of army production for a little while, which might mean a counterattack could be very effective here as he does finally take down the third hatchery. And the final Reaper, let's watch the descent of one last Reaper. One more drone goes down just to add some insult to injury from a very successful 3-Rax Reaper campaign here. 27 Reapers killed for 100 Lings, 6 Queens, the third hatchery, but only 2 drones. But Kelazhur's taken an 11 worker lead off of this, and as his production kicks in, he's going to be feeling very confident with his bio setup here. I mean, we're going to be seeing him with 1-1 upgrades way ahead of the Zerg player. Let's see if he's get pulled in. He isn't quite ready to fight all of those Zerglings without a wall off in his favour just yet, so it is important he keeps that alive. And that's just one of those situations here where these Marines, they're just not enough. Again, he's just waiting for the 5 racks to really kick into play. You know, he spent so much time building reactors, etc. He did just have to wait a little while to make sure he had enough here. Combat shield starts, the first 2 medevacs are out. And well, Kelazhur, where does he go at this point? He's still 10 workers ahead. Does he push across the map? Does he get more damage done? He'll find himself an overlord kill here to begin with. Reynor is definitely starting to struggle. Those upgrades as well as they come in. He might just wait for combat shields before he gets super aggressive. But he will be attacking sometime soon, almost definitely, I feel. I mean, he's got the medevacs. He could even go across the map already with this first set of Marines. Maybe leave a few at home. And just go with like 16 and just start to pressure and trade wherever possible. You know, put some pressure on the map with those medevacs. And a bit of a Ling run by. We've seen that a lot today, of course, from Reynor. 6 SCVs killed here is nice, but it's still not quite bringing him back into this game just yet. As you see, those Lings going to turn back, come back in towards these Marines, but there's going to be enough bio heals. At the same time, you see, pushing up this ramp already, these Marines trading very, very nicely, and there's just too many Marines for the amount of Zerglings that are running in, and with the 1-1 upgrades as well, Kelazhur will have too much. And the player who just took down Port 2 Alright guys, sorry about that. Turns out my mum's actually back. Of course, I forgot the dogs were barking. That's why the puppy disappeared. Okay, so let's go into this game number 2. And it is Red Terran player who's taken the lead in this series. 1 game up to the top right side of the map. From Root Gaming, it's Kelazhur. And down to the bottom left, our Pink Terran player. Pink Terran player, our Pink Zerg player. Representing True Esports. It is Reynor. Alright, so, as we jump into game number 2 of this, once again going to see Reynor just opening with the pool first, just to prepare and give himself that little bit of an edge over Free Rack Sweeper. Of course, it wasn't enough to save him in the last game. And Kelazhur is once again going to Free Rack Sweeper it up here on Galactic Process. So setting up into this. 2 racks on the way up right now. 3rd racks will start very shortly as well, and there it is, Kelazhur. Let's see whether Free Rack Sweeper can take him into a 2-0 win over Reynor. However, Reynor has a bit of a stronger response this time around. I feel it's a bit of a weakness from Reynor, even his reluctance to play Roach Ravager. Because it just leads to these games where he has to keep playing Lings against the Reapers. And honestly, I feel when you play Lings against this Free Rack Sweeper play, then you find yourself in a situation where actually it's just not great for you, really, I don't think. Like, it's just not at all. So, yeah, I don't know. I really do feel as though the Lings kind of really rely on kind of the Terran player messing up. You first of all have to set yourself up into very good potential surrounds, and it's very hard to play anyways, and then it still relies on like the Terran player messing up and being overly aggressive and things like that as well, I feel. So, then we've seen Reapers starting to come out. We actually see the first Zerglings already going across the map here, so they're going to come in soon. Actually, this is the second Reaper coming out, so the first Reaper is already across here. So yeah, we're going to be able to see, obviously, the next Reaper, as long as he sees those Lings, we'll be able to deny this. I mean, the depots are going to be kept up, so it's not really much of an issue anyway. It's just 6 Zerglings which aren't at home to defend. They'll go up this ramp. I mean, it's very easy for 1 Reaper to pull back and to defend these Zerglings, so that's not really an issue at all for Kelazhur here. He'll send that 1 Reaper back right now, so let's send this back. He's going to start working his way through this. It was actually a later gas coming in from Reynor this time around, so later gas, later speed. He's going to have speed only coming up at about 330, so more of a standard Ling speed timing, as these Lings getting kind of left behind, and they're going to be taken down by the Reapers. So the Reaper's going to head down towards the bottom left side here, as we see creep spread being set up by Reynor. Some creep being set up, Ling speed just about 75% of the way done right now. Reaper's still coming down in this direction. 3 more Reapers currently being made. We see Command Center up here from Kelazhur as well. We'll see those Reapers starting to move in. Grenade goes down, and nice little stuff here so far. Another grenade coming in as well, and first Lings are going down as well, so it's not a good trade so far from Reynor. 5 seconds until Ling speed. And that's something which Kelazhur wants to get out of there in time to kind of avoid, though. 2 drones going down as well. Kelazhur already find himself at a 7 worker lead. And he may just sit back here a little while. He does pull his Reapers back in time. That's what Pult failed to do earlier when he first went Free Rack Sweeper against Reynor. As you see, those Lings are going to move all the way out onto the map. Wow, where are they going to go? I mean, they can loop around. There's so many pathways on this map. He's just pulling those Reapers away, just keeping them busy. As the Reapers will jump up to the high ground now, trying to intercept somewhere else. Ling's actually going to loop back around the top side. And the Reapers just kind of keep on kind of jumping around. We see the Ling's going to counterattack a little bit here. Depot has to be raised. And it will be raised. Single Reaper kept over here as well. I'm just going to be seeing these Zerglings coming across here from Reynor. So Zerglings continue to move around, continue to see what's going to be happening as the Reapers start to move out once again. A couple of people asking in the chat why we don't see Spine Crawlers out of Reynor. Spines just aren't very effective, and they're expensive. You're already on a very low drone count. And they just kind of take so much damage while building, and they also just take so much damage even when they're kind of built. Reapers can drop grenades very quickly onto Spine Crawlers and just spam them out onto the spines. And so they just go down very quickly. So generally spines aren't very useful. And there's also, you have to build so many spines to cover all the different locations the Reapers can make use of. So generally don't really see spines against this just because it isn't a very efficient way to defend it. As you do see nice control, pulling it back, not losing the Reapers here. Kelazhur is once again doing good stuff here already, up and down, trading with the Zerglings. That's exactly how you want to play this. Keep the pressure up, keep the damage going. We'll back away a little bit more now. 2 more racks coming in once again after this free CC. He's still making Reapers, so I wonder if he wants to keep making Reapers in this game. He scans into the main, sees there's nothing of interest in there. Actually sees that his opponent is actually still not mining gas. And that's a major issue for Reynor here. He's only spamming Zerglings, he really is. So he doesn't have a Baneling Nest on the way. He has no choice to go into that, or a lair or anything. It's kind of crazy that he's only mining gas still. 5.5, 6 minutes into this. But of course, that's just the way he's playing, with kind of a lot of lings, a lot of queens to defend with. I'm just going to be seeing these Reapers just looking for another opening here. Just looking to see what else they can get up to. More Reapers still being built, but we're starting to see the reactors being added on as well. So, reactors starting to come up here and starting to get set up in towards his next sort of stage of the game, which is going to be that marine production, that bioforce, very, very soon. We're going to see a little bit of a trade here coming down. Actually, Lings coming in from the side as well. Grenades coming down, though, and they're good grenades so far. A lot of the Lings getting hit, but not as many of the Reapers getting hit. Oh, it's a little bit messy up there as the grenades continue to go off. It's like a fireworks display as those Zerglings go flying in the air. So many explosions to go with it. I actually think that was a bit of a win for Reynor, who gets rid of a lot. Remember last time around, it was 27 Reapers lost for what, about 100 Lings? And he killed the third hatchery as well. I don't think he's going to kill the third hatchery this time. And he still has some Reapers to work with as the Lingers actually go across the map for a counterattack. Marine's starting to come out here. And this bunker being up is going to be enough to keep him safe. So bunker being up, it's going to be enough for now. Reapers actually turn back around just to make sure he can defend against this. So Lingers just continue to move around. The Reapers are going to move along this side. They actually catch a drone moving over into position. Another Zergling going down there. Man, that was a crazy fight up to the top side. It's so hard to know what's going to be happening when there's so many grenades going down. I think to some extent even the players probably looking at like, well actually I don't know what's about to happen here. Just trying to dodge mines like crazy and stuff. Pretty ridiculous. This time around the upgrades are a little bit more even than they were last time. 1-1 starting at similar times from both players, whereas last time it was Kelazhur in a slight lead. Kelazhur also not in a lead in the worker count this time around either. Although 56 workers to the 60 is still pretty okay for him. So let's continue to set up into this, and you see those Reapers still trading and just looking to keep on kind of working against the Zerglings whenever possible. So Reapers still trying to work against the Zerglings here, just doing as much as they can get done as Creep continues to push out onto the map from Reynor. You see this third base is going to be building up over here. Baneling Nest is going to be coming up here very shortly as well. Reaper's going to jump up to the high ground, then back down to the low ground. A couple of Marines in the bunker. Oh my god, well that again is why the Reapers can always be so good, despite the number of Zerglings. A couple of grenades and boom, explosions begin to happen once again, and this time, Kelazhur ain't messing around. He's going straight across the map, no combat shields. He's going straight across this map, and you know what, there isn't Baneling Nest ready just yet. Queens are coming very far forwards too. A couple of grenades will get good damage initially as well. Marines are going to be sighted by the Overlord, so I mean, Reynor knows this is coming across the map here. He has to get back, he has to start morphing in some Banes. 9 of them start to come in. Scan from Kelazhur will see this, of course. Right now, though, the Reaper's leading the charge, getting rid of some of the crew spread. A couple of stray Zerglings as well, getting taken down. Another scan as Kelazhur pushing all the way onto Creep here. Grenades will be a big part of this, remember. Good grenade hits can change so much in this upcoming engagement. As we see, thing is for Reynor, he can only really attack through this narrow pathway as well, because he never cleaned up the rocks on the map, because the Reapers have been controlling the map for so long here. Grenades start to come down. Where is the stun from Kelazhur? Finally coming in very late. Looks as though Kelazhur has enough, though. We see a few Banes starting to be target fired down. Gets a couple of them. One more. That's it. The Banelings are gone. Queens are doing good damage onto the medevacs in the sky, but reinforcements coming across the map. More Marines, more medevacs. And Kelazhur's just going to keep on trading here. More Banelings getting targeted down. And there's just not enough Banelings here, really. Although those ones do begin to connect. We see a few Marines from the top side starting to get rid of Queens. Missing transfusers. Although maybe Kelazhur needs to just take a moment or two to regroup completely before he keeps on fighting. Because it seems as though he's just running out a little bit here of units. Combat shields is on the way up. 2 upgrades are not far away from finishing either. I'm just going to see some extra barracks coming down just to the left side of this third base. Multiple depots just coming up this side. I was going to see those Zerglings. They're getting ready to run in towards this natural. Two medevacs going to load up with Marines over here. They're going to head over to the left-hand side. Marines, Marauder, Widow Mines just joining up here together. You can see those units stimming forwards. You can see Marines starting to unload over on the watchtower. And these units just going to load all the way over to the left-hand side. So Kelazhur switching up directions a little bit here. His army supply still looking good. Upgrades good from both sides. Hive on the way, but not here yet. So Kelazhur still has a few minutes to play with before these ultras start to come out. Queen's actually up in this direction as this drop gets spotted, but plenty of Marines already unloaded. Getting rid of one of those Queens very quickly, and we'll find an Overlord kill. There's an Overlord to the right side as well if he wants to take that too. Queen's starting to be transfused, that's good, but he misses one transfuse, misses another. Marine's going to have to pull away, Medivacs will have to lift them up. He does lift up, and at the same time, big drop in towards the third base as well. Damage continue to be done here. One Medivac will get taken down. A couple of Widow Mines will burrow to help out against this as well, which is nice. It's a little bit unique, but will actually stop Zergles coming in. Oh, the Widow Mines going off on lava and eggs. Not the best. As we're going to be seeing 4 drones killed. Not many, but it's still pressure from Kelazhur that continues to look very good for him overall. He'll collect up a bit more army here very soon, I'm sure, and come in once again. He's already figured out there's a little bit of a run-by coming in from this direction, so he leaves a Widow Mine behind the wall. He sets the wall up as well, of course, which is a big part of this defense. I was just going to see those Marines and Marauders coming across the map. Widow Mine still in position over here. Widow Mines explode on 9 drones and a bunch of Zerglings as well. Nice cleanup. As we're going to be seeing Kelazhur continue to push across the map. Big army to the bottom side. The left-hand side. Marines coming in. Trying to fight with this drop again. Getting rid of a couple of Queens already. Stimming once more. He's going to keep fighting here. Right, he gets ready to just drop up into that third base or fourth base once again. I guess this up here was actually the third base originally. So that third base is going to be starting to get taken down. This fourth base under heavy fire as well. So many Marines in position here, and you can just see that, well, Reynor, I think, is going to lose this base. Oh, it doesn't get targeted. Kelazhur just gets it with his last Marauder or two that's in position. And we're going to see Kelazhur cleaning out the fourth. 22 drones have gone down, and the damage here is insane. These Zerglings, they didn't do much over here either. This steeple is on fire, but that's about it. And, well, yeah, not really too much else to say other than that. It's just a good defense from our Terran player. Was it a Widow Mine that went off? Look at that, 25 kill Widow Mine. That's when you know the Widow Mines have been successful at defending this pressure. This drop over here will just load up, back away, go again. Could go into the main base actually, which is very unprotected. Ultra Cavalry is on the way with Chitinous Plane. So Chitinous Plane is building. Chitinous Plane is indeed building. That means those Ultras starting to come out. Able to be out here soon. And that might be the saving grace of Reynor in this game still. Kelazhur may be a little bit negligent about that fact that Ultras are going to be coming in here. As we're going to see a couple of Liberators coming out. So he actually does have some Liberators, but he hasn't continued Liberator production. Just going to set these up behind the mineral line over here. Just keep on doing damage, drop in towards either the fourth or the main, wherever he sees fit. Probably will be the main, of course, because there isn't a fourth base there. That Ultra going to get cancelled! That's big, because them Ultras have a long build time, so losing one that was very close to finishing being built is actually a little bit of a loss. He will see this Ultras there. I think he knows there's no Kindness Plating yet, though. That's why he's happy to attack into this. He needs to micro, though! Kelazhur, big mistakes! As he takes a lot of damage there. Oh, well, that was completely unnecessary. Big mixed micro there by Kelazhur, losing so much more than he should have. Drop into the natural expansion. Will continue to trade, though, with these Zerglings that are running in right now. Is Adrenal Glands good done? No. So those Zerglings not trading super well. And we'll see the units starting to lift up now. 18 workers killed once more. Those Liberators had a very fun time, as well as these drops between the bases. Having a pretty great time as well. And Kelazhur right here is on his way to 2-0ing Reynor today. That would put Kelazhur at a 1-2 match score. And if Hearthstone was to beat Reynor as well, then it could still be Kelazhur who advances through the group, or Pult could still advance through the group as well. This is actually really good for Pult, because the only way he would advance through the group was if he was to, if there was to be a 1-2 tie in match scores. So Hearthstone still has to beat Reynor after this, but it's looking good for Pult right now. As for Kelazhur, obviously, of course, Reynor, if he wins against Hearthstone, he will go through the group with Hearthstone. If he loses against Hearthstone, it would still come down to map score for him as well. So we'll have a little bit of a look on the groups and see sort of what the situations may be going into the final series after this. I mean, up 80 supply right now. Kelazhur is looking great. These Lings are going to run in. They're going to get forced away almost immediately. There's Ultras around the map. There's a couple of Medivacs going to load up, go in towards the Spain. Nice counter-attack, but it's a Planetary Fortress in position here, so it's not going to get much done in the end. I'm just going to be seeing Marines and Marauders collecting together. Unloading into the main base, another drop. And a big push across the map. Oh, Fungal Growth! Man, that army's so clumped up. I thought that was going to be the Fungal, then maybe can it be the comeback? It's not going to be, though. Kelazhur going to take this 2-0.